Good day, everyone. Now, this is the continuation of value issues concerning the Filipino family. I am Maxine Andre de la Cruz from BVE 212. So, we will be discussing about equality of men and women, early marriage, homosexuality or same-sex marriage, parents' absence, OFW parents, and media and technology. Let's take a look sa equality of men and women sa loob ng Filipino family. So, una ay ang marital conflict and household chores. Kung mapapansin natin, sa halos kabahayan of the Filipino family, father provides while father provides income while yung mother is nasa house lang, doing chores, taking of their children. Ayon kay Serato and Cifre sa gender inequality in household chores and work-family conflict, um, sa loob ng kabahayan, there are unequal involvement sa household chores. Yung mas maraming ginagawang household chores ang mga kababaihan kaysa sa mga lalaki. Kumbaga, this high level of involvement of women in household chores can have negative consequences for the family. Maaari ring itong pagdulutan ng marital conflict, lalo na kung ang babae din ay nagtatrabaho tsaka at the same time siya rin yung gumagawa ng household chores sa kabahayan nila. While sa kalalakihan naman na gumagawa rin ng household chores, mas naapektuhan naman ang kanilang trabaho. Hindi katulad sa kababaihan na nagreresulta sa marital conflict. Um, mas focus kasi yung mga kalalakihan sa kanilang trabaho while yung mga mothers ay sa bahay. So next naman ay ang evolving and converging roles. Sa panahon ngayon, hindi na iba sa ibang Filipino family kapag ang tatay ay yung nasa bahay, kapag ang nanay naman yung nasa workforce. Pero taliwas ito sa gender roles na kinagisnan natin mga Filipino. Kaya naman, nagkakaroon din ng discrimination sa changing roles ng magulang dahil sa mga traditional norms. And also, kahit na ang mga nanay ang nagtatrabaho or working moms, tinitignan pa rin natin sila as the primary caretakers. Kaya naman minsan, yung mga nanay natin is nalulungkot kapag they spent a little time with their children because of their work. And next naman is we are going to tackle about early marriage. So, ano yung mga value issues here? Ito ay ang poverty, lack of education, cultural norms, and security. So, yung early marriage ay kilala bilang isang religious tradition para sa mga Maranao at sa mga Pilipinong Muslim. Kapag ang isang ikakasal ay 18 years old under, matatawag itong early marriage. And some issues here is the poverty. Dahil sa maagang pagpapakasal, insufficient yung earnings na nagre-result sa lack of education. Bukod sa pagpapakasal kasi, natitigil yung pag-aaral nung gagawa ng pamilya. And also, yung mga anak nila ay baka hindi rin makapag-aral dahil sa poverty. And nakapaloob din dito yung cultural norms. Kaya sa Muslim, kilala ang norms na ito, kumbaga, kapag ang dalawang magkasintahan ay nakita sa isang isolated or remote area or kaya naman nakitang nagkahalikan or kaya naman may unwanted pregnancy, agad-agad na nagkakaroon ng early marriage para makaligtas yung pamilya nila sa kahihiyan. Pinupush silang dalawa na magpakasal agad despite of their young age. And dahil sa early marriage din, mag-isa silang namumuhay, kawalan ng pagkakaroon ng gabay ng mga matatanda at pagbibigay sa kanila ng security. Next ay detachment from social life. Siyempre, your family of procreation na ang focus mo dito. Dahil dito, nalalayo ka na sa mga kaibigan or kaya naman ang focus mo na talaga ay yung family na ibubuuin mo. At nalalayo ka sa social life na dapat na matamasa at iyang age. And next is adolescent pregnancy. Katulad sa sinabi ko kanina, it's obvious that early marriage can lead to teenage pregnancy, and also teenage pregnancy can also lead to early marriage. Ayan. And it also affects physiological, emotional, and psychological development. Kasi kailangan mag-adjust ng isang tao or of course, ng isang tao na biktima ng early or child marriage sa kanyang marriage life. Okay, next naman ay ang homosexuality, same-sex marriage. First dito is the homonegativity or mas kilala as homophobia, wherein people shows negative attitudes no towards LGBTQ members, and also for those na-advocate ng same-sex marriage. Okay, next is the role of religion. Yung role of religion, it has a great impact since naniniwala ang karamihan ng Pilipino na ang lalaki ay para sa babae at ang babae ay para sa lalaki. Because of that, hindi nagkakaroon ng LGBTQ members ng lugar to have a family at para magpakasal sa mata ng Diyos. And lastly naman ay ang legal and political obstacles, wherein kasi sa Family Code Executive Order 209, 1987, it states na that marriage must be between man and woman lang. And second to the last is the parents' absence or OFW parents. Ang unang value issue dito ay child adjustments. Dahil sa pag-alis ng parents, nag-a-adjust yung mga anak nila sa kanila dahil nakasanayan yung nandiyan nga si parents. So malaki yung pagbabago kung ang isang parents ay aalis at magiging OFW. Yung mga bata is nalulungkot at nag-iiba yung pakikitungo ng bata, ng anak sa parents niya. It is it is a big factor, no, para maka-cope up lang yung bata sa absence ng parents niya. And in connection sa statement na yon, it has the impact on both physical and mental health. Siyempre, naninibago, may times na they are longing for their parents. According to Botezat, emphasized in the study of Burgos, dahil sa time differential at sa pagka-busy ng parents sa ibang bansa, nagkakaroon din ng gaps in relationships between children and parents. So, lastly naman ay media and technology. The value issues here are relationship gaps between the family members. According to Gonzalez and others, usually ang mga family members, pagdating ng house mula sa work or school, ang unang ginagawa ay ang pag-connect sa internet or kaya naman ay paggamit sa cellphone. Dahil dito, yung personal interaction ay nauudlot. And next naman ay, of course, media and technology affects the quality of time spent. Sa kanyang pag-aaral ulit, sa pag-aaral ni Gonzales, ang mga pamilya raw ay may quality time lamang sa pag kumakain ng dinner time sa pagkainan. Tapos yung personal interactions ay nababawasan kasi mas pinipili na mag-chat na lang sa group chat or kaya sa social media kahit na nasa iisang bahay lang naman. Lastly naman ay ang child dependency on the computer. Naririnig natin minsan sa magulang na i-google mo na lang, and this results on the child dependency sa computer at sa internet. Imbes na magkaroon ng values sa personal interaction with their parents, mas pinipili na lang ng mga kabataan na dumepende raw sa internet dahil mas nakakapagbigay ito ng sagot sa kanilang katanungan. Okay, lastly is the local studies and the foreign studies. So first is the conception of parenthood and parental satisfaction among Filipino family adults. Tungkol ito sa parenthood of Filipino families. Sinasabi rito na may traditional norms na nakapaloob sa isang Filipino family at ito ay kasulukuyang nababago at may iba't ibang perspective ang mga magulang sa kanilang anak. Next is Unstoppable, the dream that never closes doors beyond early marriage. This discusses naman the implication of early marriage. Next naman ay You and Me Against the World, biographical narrative analysis on same-sex couples' experiences in the Philippines. So this suggests that unconditional love, respect, and also trust and optimistic views in life ay puwede ring mapuksa yung pagkakaroon ng society oppressive views towards same-sex couples or same-sex marriage. And next naman is pang-apat, a bond between man and woman, religiosity, moral foundations, and same-sex marriage attitudes in the Philippines. So this study examined the relationship between religious behaviors, moral foundations, and attitudes towards same-sex marriage. So next is Behind the Parents' Light, a phenomenology of the adjustment of overseas Filipino workers. This reach this research concluded that parents migrating in other countries can leave an impact on the children. And next naman ay the modern Filipino family under pre-pandemic conditions and the new media quality time different. In this study, family members usually check their phones to connect them to the internet as they arrive from work and school. Because of this, no conversations are happening between the family members. And lastly, for the foreign studies, general inequality in household chores and work-family conflict. According to the results, women are more involved in households chores than men. And last, families and social media use. The role of parents' perceptions about social media impact on family systems in the relationship between family collective efficacy and open communication. The finding shows that parents who view social media positively can improve family interactions. Using social media can promote good family communication and functions. That's all for today. Thank you.